Greetings, everyone. This is Geeta. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Inspiration, Art, and Word. This is a follow-up video to one that I made where I was sharing the beginning thinking of an art-inspired travel junk journal. Well, here is the finished version that I'd like to take you through. First of all, this junk journal is made from an old journal that I found in a thrift store, had some pages ripped out, and I went ahead and gutted it and used the cover. I've created two signatures here that are actually held together by this elastic so that I could take the signatures out when they get filled. I also created this tassel of vintage sari silk. My mother-in-law gave me a ton of her old saris that I use for art purposes. I have some thread and some different charms that I've added to this as well, just to kind of give it a nice look. And because I like my journals chunky, I had to create an elastic just to hold it together. When I take it out, you can see exactly how chunky this journal is. On the inside, as we open it, I have a library card holder. When I collect tickets, I need places to put things in. And this journal actually has a lot of empty tuck spots and pockets. Usually I like to fill them with ephemera and tags, but this time around I kept them empty so that I can fill them on my travels. Here's my first signature, and I created a little collage of me as an explorer. You can see that I've got a pocket here to add any collectibles along the way and different ways that I can write my notes and my thinking. I have different kinds of papers and textures, a lot of lined paper for journaling, and actually these pages were in the journal itself. I was a former teacher and have a ton of maps as well as writing journal pages from students that I chose to hold on to and use in my journals. And as we go through, you'll notice that I've got a lot of different kinds of pages and tuck spots. Here's a spot that I can put a tag in, and this envelope opens up so that I can do some writing in. Blank pages are really for when I do collaging. I like to collect lots of different brochures and maps and magazines and paint and create collages. I also like to include text spots and places that I can add different types of tags and tickets and collect as much information as I can while I'm traveling. I like different papers in here. Here's some old music sheet paper that I coffee dyed and lots of lined pages. I repurposed an envelope here so that I could put different brochures and maps in. I also have envelopes used as text spots and an old map from my classroom that was out of date. And just to go through, you'll see there's lots of different pockets and pages where I can put any kind of thinking and tickets and ephemera that I might collect. I also included here a belly band. Sometimes there are booklets that I collect that I can put in here, but mostly lots of spaces to do writing, hold postcards if I choose, and collect my thoughts as I am experiencing my travels. So this is just taking you through the different pages. Here's something that I really enjoy. This is an old envelope that I turned inside out that had this see-through cover, and I put a little picture in the back, but it also serves as a pocket for stuff that I might want to put in there. As I go through, you can see the same kinds of pages, and we're coming to the end of the first signature and another collage about traveling. And this is the start of the second signature. Very similar in style, lots of pockets. Here's another vintage sari piece that I used to sew in as a pocket. Lots of different maps with spaces to write on, and repurposing those envelopes that I get in the mail, and just really just turning them inside out. vintage music paper that I found at the thrift store, and lots of different maps here as well, and places for me to capture my thinking or hold pages of magazines that I might find. Going through here, and I have a ton of maps, another space that I can hold pages of magazines or envelopes or postcards that I might find. Here's the middle of this signature, and it folds out into a map where I can do some writing or collaging. Lots of lined pages as well. Just going to go through this quickly because they're all pretty much the same. It's pretty much a boring looking book because I haven't added a whole lot, which is really purposeful. I have lots of different pockets. Here's one here and a little one there and another one here so that I can hold space. I'm excited to be able to fill this travel journal up with travels that I might have. I mentioned before repurposed materials. I moved into this house about 20 years ago, and I had this really pretty welcome to your new home card, and I used it to be a spot for just holding different tickets. And another envelope here. Here are some different pages, and I really loved making these little tuck spots here. Go through, and that's the end of this journal, and here's where I put that elastic. So thank you so much for watching this YouTube channel video on my travel junk journal. I hope that you'll subscribe as I create more amateur videos of the different kinds of crafts and vision boards and journals that I make out of repurposed materials and old classroom materials. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.